In fact, just on that, that was a technical error. I played the wrong video, but I will come back to that one. Amy, Shadow Hunters, okay, UK, how are you, darling?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. Apologies. We were talking obviously behind the scenes, and I changed. I changed the wrong video.
It's all
Unbelievable.
good.
But I will bring it back because it is an amazing, amazing part. How are you, darling?
I'm good, thank you. I'm really good. How are you? You all right?
Look, I'm very well. Considering it's what 3 a.m. in the morning here, I'm not. I'm not doing too bad at all. Um, you've got some amazing news that you brought out in the past few days.
Yes.
Obviously, we can't talk too much about it, but I want to be the first to congratulate you
Thank
live.
you. Thank you
Um,
so much.
to be rewarded your own TV show just shows the amount of support you've got and the backing. So congratulations.
I appreciate it. It's scary. It's scary. It's just, I mean, I'm still going to be doing my YouTube still the same. I'm not going to be changing that. It just gives me the opportunity to be able to reach further afield. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. But yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. You know what? I can't wait to see it. And obviously, as many of your subscribers and followers, I'm sure they'll be right behind you.
Yeah, thank
So,
you.
before we get into things, tell us who you are and where you're from.
Right, so I'm Aimee. I am from Manchester. I've been obsessed with the paranormal for a very, well, since I can remember, from being very little. Um, I, I was always I was always the odd child. I'm obsessed with history, UFOs, ghosts, everything. But I'm always intrigued. I've got to know about things. I've always been like that. So I've been doing paranormal investigations for gosh, I'm nearly 39 now, so about 20 years, but a little bit less than 20 years. And then I started my YouTube channel up about, I think it's coming up on 3 years this year, I think.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so I've been doing my paranormal investigations. It started off where I used to go out with a friend of mine who's passed away sadly, and she had a small team that used to go to different places, and they used to go out with her to investigate like pubs and stuff like that. And then we decided then to, because we all loved it so much, we used to go on weekends away. So we'd look
Yeah.
for locations where we could stay, and we did that about two, three, 4 times a year throughout the year, every single year. The same girls, and it was just I was hooked, and then that was it. Then I was doing it constantly, couldn't stop.
Yeah. And once you get the bug, that's it.
Yeah,
Where you
yeah,
go. That's it.
definitely.
Well, again, before I want to thank you very much for joining us. I say we've been trying to get you on now for quite some time.
Oh, bless you.
So
Thank you.
we have finally done it. So I'm just going to give us a bit of applause for that. So let, so let's get straight into it.
Yeah,
You've got, which is amazing. You've got 8,610 subscribers. You got 137 videos. But what is amazing is in the last 6 months alone, you've had almost 60,000 views on your
amazing.
videos.
Ooh, it's just it's mind blowing because it's I love I love doing this, and the reason why I did it is because I love the fact that I'm able to document it, and I want to show other people the adventure because it is an adventure. Um, and I've got a great community. I've got an amazing, supportive community. I can't, they're like a second family. They're brilliant. And I've made some amazing friends from doing this. And the fact that little old me gets to put my videos up on YouTube, and these people watch them. And it's even from like overseas. I'm like, oh, this just it's surreal. It's weird. It's just it doesn't because I don't know. It's just strange, but I'm so grateful.
Oh, absolutely. It's amazing achievement. What do you think makes your channel stand out to the others?
Oh, that's a tough question. um, what you see with me, I'll be completely honest. How I am with you now, and like how we chat and everything. I am. That is how I am all the time. So I'm very. I'm. It's nothing different from what you see in the video of me, and to me when I'm not filming.
Yeah.
I'm very down to earth. You'll my reactions. My face tells 1,000 stories because I can't hide my reactions and what it's just. I watch myself sometimes when I'm reviewing my footage and I think, oh my god, Aimee, look at this, what are you doing? What is your face about? But that's how I am. So I think I just I will never change me for a camera. That's I'm not about that. I like to just show me as myself and in the moment and what it is like. So just down to earth and I'm real, and that is it.
And and you know what, you're so down to earth, and I think that's why people love you, because you
Thank
are
you.
what you know. Who you see is what you get. There's no
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah,
It's just
definitely.
Aimee.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
you know, keep
You won't get anything else.
it's and you know, and keep going. You know,
Yeah,
you are amazing, and we all love watching you. Obviously, your episodes.
thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
so just on that, with your episodes, what's your most favorite one you've done?
Oh, God, it's so difficult. This is such a tough question. Favorite one I've done. Mm, let me think. I love
I tell you what, how about I'll give you a couple minutes to think, because obviously I've just thrown that on you, and I'm
yeah.
just going to show a bit of a snippet of one
Yeah,
of your episodes,
good.
and then
Good, good.
we can come back. Yeah.
Started.
That ain't murder. Was there a murder here? Something fucking touched me back, I'm sorry. It was how I had older my that. Yeah. I thought it was like my coat, me material inside moving. It frigging wasn't. It was like that moving, but then it felt like as if something pressed.
No. You know what?
On me.
It said ladies. So I think we're here to do a service. Yeah.
I'm so sorry for jumping.
Putting his hand on you.
That-
Ladies.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah.
You can see your terror.
That's what I say when you see my face, how I am. Maybe I watch it back and I think, oh God, Amy, look at you. But it's pure terror. I always say I wish I could bottle how we feel up in a bottle and give it to our viewers so they can experience that moment, because then you will
For
know
sure.
how we feel. You know,
Yeah.
that's a great place. That location is fab.
What
Fantastic
location is it?
location. It's
Can you
the
give that out or not?
Yeah. It's the Keighley Royal Arcade on Victorian Underground Street. And the guy that owns it, it's the Royal Arcade, and it was found. It's the
Is
original street, and it was found by accident.
yeah,
Workers
was that
found
the
it.
construction workers found it?
Yeah, the construction
Yeah.
workers found it, and the guy who owns it is a fantastic guy. He owns a full building. There's houses like a flats above, but the underground itself, when you hire it from him, the money that he makes from that he donates straight to charity. He has local charities that he sponsors. So all the money that
Okay.
goes in, he donates it straight to charity. He's a brilliant guy. He doesn't tell you no history, nothing. He'll just shows you around. This is this and that. Locks you in, and then he'll come back down for you when you're ready, when it's time for you to go, and you just got free roam of the place. It is fab, brilliant
Amazing.
place.
Just before we carry on, we got a few comments I want to touch base on. So
Yeah.
we got Chris and Adam from Order Scouts. Evening, guys. Hope
Hello.
you're both well. We're doing very well because it's 3:00 in the morning. We're doing very well. And I've got to get you back on other podcast because our subscribers loved it. So thank
They're
you, Chris and
brilliant.
Adam.
Great lads.
Who else have we got? Oh, we got Kelvin. How are you, John? Kelvin, I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. Hopefully you're doing well. And mate, I will contact you soon. I know we need to catch up. So hopefully you are doing very well. Who else have we got? Just go stream. How do you find these locations? That's a good question. How do we find the locations?
How do I find the locations? Sorry.
We got a question saying, how do we find the locations?
Okay.
It's pretty tough.
It is hard.
It's
It's
very
so
tough.
hard. Yes. I do. I love my history. I love history. So I delve up quite deep into when I'm searching for locations. So when it comes to regarding abandoned buildings and stuff, it's just purely exploring. So I explore and map surf. But I also like to look into places which could have historical significance. So I like looking at overlay maps, historical maps. I look into National Trust, heritage sites, anything that has got a good, like anything historical I love that, them type of sites. So it's a lot of research, and then you get to know other people within the community, and this, you get to build up like network really, so you can discuss locations and stuff. But that side of it, I quite enjoy. I enjoy the researching. So
and that's part of it. Absolutely hard work. The research is great. Like I must admit, I don't try and do too much before I go to a building because I really like to be the element of surprise. Cover more, Producer Chambers. Hi from Liverpool, England. Love watching. Thank you very much for your support. And then we got Adam and Chris back. Aimee is a thorough researcher of a lot behind the scenes work and the effort go into her videos. Guys, I could not agree. I cannot agree more. It's what as you know, you're in the field as well, and to secure a building or location and make sure it's worthwhile for our viewers, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. And that's one point I'm going to touch on a bit later on, is that our community love the content, but they don't realize what goes into it. As far as just not only the financial part of it, but the emotional part of it, the logistics. It's just so hard. But we will touch base on that in a second. But guys, I love your questions. Please keep them coming through. We're here to answer whatever question you got. So, Aimee, I'm not letting you off the hook. What's your favourite episode?
My favourite episode? Oh, gosh, it's so hard. Can I have two?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, you have two.
I love... Oh, God. Right. I know you've just shown that video, the Victorian Underground. That was a great night because the stuff that we captured didn't expect to capture. That was fab. Rookie Misty do, and I kick myself every time. Never turn your camera off, and I always turned it off to switch, and I turned it off, and as I turned it off, it was clear as day a child chuckling, laughing, giggling.
Oh wow!
And I was like, "What was that?" And Lottie didn't. She continued filming, so she got it. And it was like, what? And voices and stuff that we was hearing was like, wow, that was amazing place. The other one, oh gosh, this is bloody hard. I loved, let me think. Mill Street Barracks. I'd say Mill Street Barracks is a fab place. Mill Street Barracks, especially the noises that we was hearing whistling. The whistles were unbelievable. Wasn't the fact that I was terrified of the place. It just fascinates me, that place. And each time I go, it's something different each time. So I'd say them two.
Okay. It's it's so strange when you get a feeling for a place, and you know you want to keep on going back there, and it amazes me because you keep on going back, but you get different results, you get
Yeah.
different experiences, different feelings. But we will come back on that in a second. My next question for you is: we've obviously went over the what's your favorite. What is your most scariest episode?
Oh, okay. For me, the scariest, I think the most I've been terrified was the second time I went to the Screaming House in Chester. I've done
Screaming
4 or
House.
5 investigations there. That's a place where I become very obsessed with that location. And it started where uh, supposedly this is a location of where a young girl was last seen alive. However, it's never been proven that that was her, that was that place. It's
Yeah.
always, it's a, that's like, but it spikes your interest, right? Okay, well, I need to go here and find out and see what happens. And each investigation that we did, we come further away from it's nothing to do with that murder. This is something that's on the land. It's not even the house itself. It's something I feel is old here, and it was a strange vibe that played, very strange. But the second time I went, we're walking up towards the actual house itself, and I seen what I can only say was I thought it was a dog, like a small, dark, solid figure, and it was up against the car. So I was like, oh, this is, we hadn't even started filming, and I was like, shit, it's a dog. And I thought, I don't fancy getting attacked, middle of nowhere, this after o'clock in the morning. I don't want this
Yeah,
happening.
for sure.
And then it shifted and it changed shape, got taller and moved onto the side. But where it moved into was a bush. There was no
Okay.
sound that come from this noise, and it wasn't our shadows. And it was like, what have I just seen? What was? I couldn't explain it.
Yeah.
So, long story short, gets into the house, and a few nights before, he had a night terror. I've not had sleep paralysis for a very long time. When it's like I've not had that for a long, long time. A few nights before this investigation, and it happens, and I'm laying in bed, and I could see the other half. I'm trying to scream at him, and I couldn't, and I could feel something getting closer and closer to me. And the next thing, something crawled its fingers up my back, and as it got to the top,
Wow.
I screamed and come out. So it's like, it's all right, just sleep paralysis. It's nothing scary, nothing. But you're terrified of going back to sleep, aren't you, in case it
Yeah.
happens
Oh, for
again.
sure.
Gets to in the house, this screaming house, this particular night, and we're calling out, and I felt that up my back, and that then just threw me, and then I was like on my knees, I was shaking, and I had tears, and Moxley even said, "Do you want to go?" And I was like, "No." But as all this was happening, the K2 were going off and everything. I'm like, what on earth has just happened here? And it just felt personal. And that's the
Yeah.
only time I've ever been somewhere I thought this actually does. It felt personal, as if it knew you were coming. I can't explain it. It sounds so ridiculous when I repeat that story. I think
Yeah.
you sound off your head, Aimee. But that scared me,
Yeah.
and I
But
don't know why. I don't know what it was.
I understand exactly where you're coming from. I've been in a few situations myself where I felt the same.
Yeah.
There's a place over here in Will Chelsea called Part-1 Mansion, which is quite interesting. Which, in fact, you know what? I'll leave that because I'll come back to that point in a sec, because it's so thrilling. What happened is unbelievable. But I'll come back to
Yeah.
that because that's part of my questions for you.
Okay.
So that was your most scariest. Let me see what I've got here. I've got a few questions for you, Aimee, so be prepared.
Throw them at me.
I will, darling. So we gone through your most favorite, your most scariest. What do you think makes your channel stand out compared to the others? What's your favourite piece of equipment and
My
why?
senses. Me.
100%.
Me.
100%. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to give you this. You know what? I'm going to give you it again. I'm sick to death of cat balls, EMF detectors that are sitting next to a CB radio or UHF radio. All these apps, sick to death. Now, don't get me wrong, I used them in my investigations for a small snippet, purely for content for me subscribers. Because there's a lot of people out there that agree with them and use them. I just can't get my head around about a piece of technology that's got all these words in the background, and they say ghosts or spirits or entities are able to communicate with us via that device.
Yeah.
But really, they could be programmed to throw out a word every 20 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I don't want to upset any of our viewers or
No, not at all.
listeners, but you're 100% on it. It's your own senses. Sit there. You know, there's one device I do use, which is quite interesting, but sit there in your own little world, wherever you are investigating, and just listen.
Yes.
Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to what you're feeling. Listen to your gut. That is the best device you can use.
Definitely. I think I always say with equipment, unless you see something being physically moved, then you cannot say any piece of equipment is 100% proof of the paranormal. It isn't. It isn't, because unless you see something being physically moved by something unseen, or you can't say that is 100% proof of paranormal communication by using a K2, or by using dowsing rods, or by using cat balls. You just can't, because it isn't.
Yeah.
And when it comes to apps, I use the apps. I know a lot of people that use the apps, and
Yeah.
it's for we're not saying it's real. It's real paranormal. It's real 100% proof. It's used as like a gap filler, if that makes sense. But also it's interesting though when things do come through. Say you get two or three different in sequence, and it's like, okay, well, how's that? That's an interesting, but you can't rely on equipment as your source of proof of the paranormal. You just can't. And I think as well, when it comes to your senses, any paranormal investigator, any of them will say your senses are your best tool, 100%. But what is really frustrating is the fact that we can show, again, our viewers cannot see, feel what we are sensing. Hence the reason why when we do videos, we use the equipment to try and get more of a visual idea, if that makes sense. But yeah, your senses, your best tool.
100%, 100%. And you're spot on. The apps and whatnot are there for, I could be wrong. I'm going to get slandered for this. But I use the apps in my investigation purely as you said, a filler, a B-roll, a bit of a segment, because the people do believe in it. And as as an investigator, you try and use every piece of equipment you can to assist you. But I will never ever rely on that as 100% proof that we
It's all about
paranormal.
experimenting.
Absolutely.
it's all about experimenting and what you find works for you. And I also think when I do an investigation, I judge the location, I judge the way I feel in that location, and sometimes I feel the need to use certain equipment and not others. Other times I feel the need to use something else, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, your senses,
for
100%.
sure. 100%. 100%. Could not agree more. I'm glad you said that. Um, okay, I've got one for you, which is a bit of a interesting question. If you could have the opportunity to have a conversation with any celebrity that has crossed over, who would that be and why?
Jim Morrison from the Doors.
Fantastic.
Jim
Yeah.
Morrison. I love. I'm a big Doors fan. Jim Morrison. One, he's gorgeous. He was. But secondly, I he's just such an intriguing character. Just
Okay.
such an intriguing character. So Jim Morrison, I would love to just yeah,
Interesting.
that is it.
And who would be your second person?
My second person. Oh, this is bloody hard. I don't know, you know.
You're not sure?
I don't know.
I always think about it, and I'm thinking, who would I love to come across? And because I love the true crime and stuff like that,
Oh,
and the
gotcha.
mysterious. So it'll probably be someone like Marilyn Monroe, was really there alone, something like that. To get
Yes, that is
answers.
a great Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper, absolutely. I've got it wrote down. That was my next comment. Jack the Ripper.
Great.
Who are
Jack
you?
the Ripper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you? Did you ever get known, or have you decided, or did you ever get away with it? But someone must
Yeah.
know who he is. Someone must
Gotcha.
know. But
Gotcha. It's gotta be.
I've got it here. I've actually got it here. Jack the Ripper. Unbelievable. I've got a question from Chris for you,
Mhm.
and that is, Aimee, what's an F-bomb?
An F-bomb. Oh, Jesus. Are we allowed to swear?
Yes, you'll have to swear. I can just bleep it out. That's fine.
It's me. I constantly say, "Oh fuck you" now. So my F bombs and me, I'm always dropping the F bomb. Terrible
You're
for
always
it.
dropping the F-bomb.
Yeah, always. It's just so I've been really good recently, trying to hold it in. But sometimes when the fear gets the better of me, it just comes rolling out, so I can't help it.
That is so funny. That's so funny. Sorry about that. What have we got here? Let's have a look. Often the words coming through can be so relevant. In fact, I'll show that. Often the words come through that are so relevant, it increases the probability of it being paranormal rather than random. Caroline, you're absolutely spot on. As I say to you, I'm not against it, but it's just the theory and the technology behind it has got just so many questions. Is it timed? You got the words there. Is it programmed? And that's the only thing about it.
Yeah,
I love the spirit box.
I
Love the spirit box.
I love the spirit box. It's fab.
It's
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 brilliant.
just At least with the
But
spirit
yeah,
box, it's not tuned.
yeah. I had my spirit box. I detuned it, and it's just now it's just I've used it that much. It's just kaput now. I need a brand new one, but I detuned it myself, so it was just pure static white noise that come through. That
Yeah.
was really interesting. And when something did come through, it's like, oh hello, because
Which
it
one
was very few and far between.
Which one do
It
you
was.
use?
I've not even got it with me. Do you know the old not the PSB 7? It's the
Is it the red one, red and black one?
No, the old black and silver one. It's like about this big.
Okay, yeah, I know it.
That
Yeah,
one.
that's it.
And I
Because
detuned it all. And
take the reel off,
yeah,
and then you
yeah,
can't get the
yeah.
radio.
Can't get nothing. Yeah.
You know, these people say, oh, you know, it's radio, which I can understand why they say that. But when it's going at 150 megaseconds per second or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and you
And
got
if you do stick it on AM as well, you can do a sweep backwards as well. That's great.
yeah, it's it. And you know, I get really go, oh, you know, I can hear this, I can hear that. But when it's going through the channels that quick, and you've got a 4 or 5 sentence coming through, well, that
Yeah.
can't happen
Yeah.
because it's
It's
already
fun.
moved
It's
on to the next
great.
channel. You know, like I done one of the old in Old Geelong Jail, 3 weeks ago, and I was in the old hospital ward, and I sat on a bed, and the kid, you know, I should show it. It says, "Get off the bed, John." After they say, I need a doctor, I need a nurse, I need help. It said, "Get off the bed, John." You know, and then I'm in one of the cells, and I've gone, oh gee, it must be cold in here, and straight away it says freezing, body
No
temperature,
way.
and body pain. I'll try and bring it up here. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you another question. When you investigate with the girls, do you think, depending on location, i.e., a jail or prison, do you think you may get more responses from males or females? Now, while you're answering that, I'll try and get my EVPs up.
Males.
Males.
Definitely. Yeah. And do you know what's strange as well? You tend to feel the. Don't ask me. I can't explain this. I can't explain how you know, but you tend to feel the difference between the energy of a male and female. It's
Okay.
it's but I feel more male than female, definitely.
That's
Definitely.
that's
But
quite
as
interesting.
well, I don't know whether it's the female side of it. You probably get. We have had the female as you come through, maybe because of how we are. We're females as well. Maybe they feel a little bit more comfortable around us, but I tend to feel more male come through than female. I don't like it sometimes.
Okay. Maybe I should be more organised, but I can't get this working for some reason. Anyway, we'll
It's
skip
all good.
that. And I will. What I will do, I will do a bit of a short after this with the EVPs I've got off the Spirit Box or the Old Geelong Jail because it is quite fascinating.
Yeah.
So we've gone through your favorite piece of equipment, your celebrity, we investigated the girls, and the girls are amazing, by the way. I
Yeah.
love
It's great.
those episodes are great because you just bounce off each other.
We do.
You've got a good
And
gel.
it's lovely. We actually got together because we was all obsessed with this one location, and that is how we all got talking. And then it was as soon as we all met together, it was just so strange how we just all connected straight away, and we get on so well. We speak every single day. We've got so many different things, ideas, and plans to put together and to do a lot more together. But
Yeah,
we've got a great friendship, and it's really nice how as soon as we started going out with each other, how comfortable we felt with each other straight away. So it was like it was meant to be. So
yeah,
yeah, they're great. They're such good girls. They are brilliant.
awesome. Look, I quite envy you guys because back in the UK, everything is just so close. You know, over here, you know, like I can travel 5, 6, 7, 8 hours just to get the location because Australia is so big. You know, I
Mm.
really should stay in the UK to be honest. You know, I see you guys go out to, you know, the old Skivets Inn, and then obviously the latest one is the My Haunted Hotel,
Oh yeah,
which is quite interesting actually. My friend in UK, Oh, very good friend. His mum used to be the manager of that, and
Really?
her partner was a chef, and that is back probably 92 to 96, ninety
Yeah.
seven maybe. Um, so I have been there when they were working there, when it was obviously operating as Old King's Head, I think
The
it's
old King's
called.
Head, yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
So I've been there a few times, and yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get home. I really can't. 'Cause-
Well, I've stayed there about 8 times. Oh, sorry, that's my dog.
that's
About
okay.
8 times.
Wow.
I know. Out loud. It's terrible. I've stayed there before it was my haunted hotel. That's one of the places where we used to go and stay with all the girls with multiple times in a year. And I think we stayed there before even Most Haunted. Most Haunted did an episode there. We stayed there
Yeah.
before they even went. And I've had some odd experiences in that pub. We used to book all the hotel rooms out because I think there was 6 or 7 rooms at the
Yeah.
time, bedrooms. So we'd book the full lot out and we'd stay there for 2, 3 nights, and just that was. It's an interesting place. The history is brilliant, but yeah, I've got a picture. In fact, I'll send you the picture. It looks like a child peeping behind. It's like the four-poster bed. It looks like she's peeping from behind the four-poster bed, and the story goes that there is a young girl and a young boy that haunts there, Billy and Sarah. Um, we had something knocked on the bedroom door, room 6, the bedroom door. We was all getting
Yeah.
ready to go down for our tea, and you heard knock knock, a child laughing, and then you heard a do 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 do, like patter of feet. So we all just went, "Did you just hear that?" Because we just didn't, wasn't calling out, nothing. It just happened. It's like, what was that? So went and checked. There's nobody there, and we had all the rooms, and the staff quarters was on the same corridor as at the end. So we went and knocked on there. Said, "Have you got any children staying?" And like, no, no children here, and there was no children in the pub. That was just come out of the. It was just. It's a great place. Very interesting place.
It is. I can't wait. Like I've got so many to get through. But I will get there. Well, look, let's have a quick break.
Yeah,
Is okay with you?
yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Subscribers, thank you very much for tuning in. Your support is amazing. We'll have a quick break and we will come back. So thank you, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, guys, we're back. Thank you very much for sticking with us. Please don't forget, put your comments, any questions in, and we will happily answer them as we get them through. So, where do we leave it? About being envious of you, being so close to all these locations. You know, have you done the Skirrid Inn? Is it the Skirrid Inn? Yeah.
I've not done that yet. It's one. It's on my hit list. I really want to go. Apparently, you get a good breakfast in the morning as well, so that makes it even better.
Yeah, I've heard so. Look, it looks amazing,
Yeah,
amazing
it does.
property, and that's one thing. Like over here, it's quite funny, Amy, because you know, you go to like Melbourne and Sydney and all these cities in Australia, and you go, oh, look at this building, it's so old, and you look at it
Yeah.
thinking, it's only 150 years old. It's not
Yeah.
old at all, you know. It's
We've got
just
amazing
amazing.
history over here. We've got some great The history over in the UK is just phenomenal. It's brilliant. Some of the locations that you can go, and we've got ruins everywhere and just some fantastic places. And yeah, I love it. We are lucky.
With locations, have you got any plans on going international?
I'd love to. I would love to. I'd love to go to. I want to go exploring over in Europe. I want to go. It's some amazing places in Europe to do. There's amazing abandoned buildings in Europe, especially like the likes of France,
Yeah.
Belgium, places like that. It's just
And
you've got like
again, from
chateaus
England,
and stuff.
it's it.
Like
Again, from UK, what is it, 30 minutes to an hour? You're in France.
yeah, yeah,
It's nothing.
well worth
Like,
it. No,
give you an
get it.
idea. If I leave my house where I'm located and I drive an hour, I'm in Melbourne CBD, which is, yeah, you got buildings there, but that's how vast Australia is. It
Because
just
is it
takes,
all like majority coastal? I mean, I've never been to Australia. I've got friends that actually live over in Australia. Is it mainly
yeah,
like a lot of like dead land? Am I right in saying that?
yeah. There's a lot of dead land,
Yeah.
and that's why I think England can fit in Victoria three
Wow.
times.
Seriously.
Three
Bloody
times
hell.
it'll fit in Victoria, and then you got obviously New South Wales and WA and everything else. But there's a lot of land which is just land, nothing.
Wow.
It's
That's
look, Australia is an amazing place. It really is. I love
yeah.
being here. But there's a vast amount of land. Like you can go on an Alabor, you could drive for days and not see a car.
Really? Bloody
It's
hell.
that vast.
Gosh.
Unbelievable.
That's unreal. So, because imagine the length of time you've got to travel to and from locations. That's like a
Yeah.
holiday,
Oh, it's it.
isn't
So
it?
I've got Geelong Jail. I've got that coming up. Now
Yeah.
that's a 6 hour round trip
Yeah. Bloody hell.
to get there and back. Plus obviously an investigation. So that's going to be a 14-hour episode just to drive back and forth, Not an episode on TV, but an episode to drive there and back,
Yeah.
I've got Beechworth Asylum coming up, which is a absolutely amazing location, and I cannot wait to bring that episode to my channel because it's fascinating. It's amazing. But give you an idea, that is a round trip. That's 10 hours,
Oh, Jesus. Bless.
not including the 7 hours I'm going to be there for.
Bloody hell. That's a long
Yeah.
time.
And that's
That's some
driving
good
there,
going there.
doing the investigation, and driving back because I'm not staying over.
That is.
Yeah, it's just huge. But that's what we do, and that's what our subscribers have got to realize.
Yeah.
That's what we put into it.
The groundwork is unbelievable.
Yeah, and even before we go there, you've got 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks worth of work before you get there.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a lot. It's a lot.
so that's
It's
why
so
we,
it's like it's the behind the scenes is nobody sees it. It's I mean, for example, it's my channel. It's just me. It's only me. I do everything like
yeah,
me,
same here.
everything.
Yeah,
So it's like having a full-time job on top of having a full-time job as
that's
well
it.
for the work. And
Absolutely.
it's the editing side, and it's just it's it, it's hard work. It is you have to be passionate about this to do this. You've got to
Yeah,
be. You're all in. I'm all in. That is it. You know, and
yeah. You got to be
as
all
much
in.
as you've got to be. You've got to
Yeah,
be.
all in,
And
all out. You miss family outings, you miss birthdays,
everything.
whatnot.
Yeah, you miss a
Like
lot.
I've got like I'm lucky because I say when I first started back in 2005, I had 11, 12 investigators. I've got that now. However,
Yeah.
I've got one guy who actually he co-founded Hide and Seek Paranormal Research with me.
All right. Okay.
But obviously, he's got a family life and that, and he can't give the time in now. But he's doing a time in the background, trying to find me locations to go to.
Yeah.
So he's
That's
doing what he
cool.
can. And I've said to him, mate, the minute we make it, I'll bring you back.
Yeah.
I want you back,
Yeah.
But we can't do it by ourselves. It's just too much.
It's far too much. I used to have my niece used to come out with me and Louise. So me and Louise used to go. We was out all the time, and then Louise got a new job. She's a nurse, so she said with her hours, she just cannot do it. And I was
Mm,
like, that's fine. I was gutted when she said
yeah,
I'm not doing it no more. I was gutted, but you know, life can. That was her life, and it was her
yeah,
career, and she had to go and do it. So that's how I ended up being on my own.
yeah.
I'm lucky I've got people around me that I can go out with.
Mm,
But I have to make plans all the time to go out with people because I can't go out on my own. It's not
yeah,
safe. It isn't safe as much as I'd love to. It just
yeah.
isn't. It isn't safe to
But
do.
it's not good for the mind either.
No.
Your mind is a big problem as well. And as all
Yeah,
the scouts have just said, it's the love of the job. It really is. If
it
you
is.
don't love
It
it,
is.
you can't do it.
You can't do it. You've got to love it. You've got to love doing this.
Yeah.
If you don't, and I think, for example, when there's people that are coming into it now, like channels that you see coming into it, and like I'm not getting anywhere, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. It's like don't focus on that side of things. Don't focus on your subscribers. Don't focus on your viewers. Focus on why you are doing this. The reason why you've got yourself into this. Do you love doing it? Is it a passion of yours? You've got to have that about you to
Yeah.
do it. To do it. And I've learned along the way as well. You've got to be very thick-skinned because there's people out there that will come and just anybody new, you're fresh meat, they will jump all over you
Yeah.
and try and tear you down. You've got to thoroughly enjoy what you are doing.
But it's amazing
Got
though.
to be
As
honest.
you as you just said there, people will knock you down, but it's so amazing. Like you how can I put it? You could be at the local pub or hotel over here, they call them hotels over here.
Mhm.
You're at the local, beer hall drinking. And people are like, oh, you ghost, don't believe, blah, blah, blah. Next minute, you got about 10 people around you. I believe in it. I've had this,
Yeah,
I've had that, I've had that. And you're
yeah.
like, guys, just calm down, one at a time.
It's
It's
true.
really funny. Yeah, it's it. And it's so funny because when they say, or especially in my circumstance, people get to know what I do. They go, oh, John Edwards. Oh, you're John Edwards. I go, I'm not that John Edwards. It's so funny. And they go, oh, I need to speak to this person or speak to that person. It's like, it doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. You know, it's very, very funny. But it's just so, going back to the original question, about international and stuff, it's just so many places. Like, I put an announcement out when I first started a channel again 4 months ago. My plan is, from February through till April, depending on the weather, because I believe the weather now is pretty bad over there. I want to go to America.
Oh
my
yes.
my bucket list is first and foremost. I want to do the Conjuring Home.
Hmm.
I want to do the Sally House.
Yeah.
I want to do um, Queen Mary.
Oh my days. That's one place I would love to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's the one? The
the
sanatorium. What's that
sanitary
one?
Waverly Hills.
Waverly Hills. Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to do Waverly Hills.
Yeah.
Um,
I want to do
and I
Bobby
think,
Mackey's.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Bobby
Yeah.
Mackey's really interests me. It fascinates me, that place. It's
Yeah.
one of them places when I see it, I'm like, oh, I need to watch this because it's intriguing.
It's it.
Um, I'd like to do the old plantations over there. There's a few plantations that you can actually go and
There is.
investigate as well.
Yeah.
Um, I, again, I've it's the history side for me that intrigues me, and I, I get really emotional on investigations. I don't know about you.
Mm,
I
mm,
tend to soak up a lot of emotions, and
yeah.
places like that, because I've got such a passion for history. I
Mm,
think I'd love to go to that type of place. Sanitariums as well, asylums,
yeah.
anything like that. I like to go. I don't know. They're the type of locations that I really enjoy going to.
It's it.
The day.
And that's why I just can't wait to go over there. What's that? There's a YouTube channel that is it overnight, not overnight. They do the sanatorium. What's it called? Is it?
Project Fear.
No, not Project Fear. No, no, not
Overnight.
Project.
The overnight
Oh, is it over? Is it
channel.
overnight? Is it overnight?
The overnight channel. Is that the one with exploring with fighters and
It's the two guys that do it. Is it
oh,
overnight?
I think it might be. I'm sure the overnight channel have done it. I'm sure they've done. Waverly
I
Hills. Are you talking about?
Yeah, Raven Hills. Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure
think yeah.
they're the guys that do it. Um, and their channel's pretty good. Yeah,
Hmm.
well, yeah, Twin Paranormal stuff like that. I'm not really that that keen
No.
on them, but that's another story. Um, I'm pretty sure I'm just trying to look up now. I'm pretty sure they're called Overnight. Is it Overnight?
Is it like Sam and Colby? And
Nah, not Sam and Colby. They done it. I think they've done it with them.
there's so many that have. Yeah, they've done. It's quite a few that collaborated with the. I don't really watch that much American Paranormal. If I'm honest with you, I don't watch that much of
Nah,
him.
sorry.
I really
Oh,
like the
sorry.
English
My
one.
mistake. Overnight do collab with Sam and Colby. It's not
Yeah,
Overnight. They're the young guys. Oh, who
yeah.
are they? Let's try and find it. There's two guys, and they're actually really good at what they do. Um,
Trying to think of different channels now. It's like Paranormal Nightmare or
let's say as I keep on looking, I'll ask the next question.
yeah.
Have you ever had to leave an investigation halfway through?
Yeah. So before I did my YouTube channel, I said before that I used to go out with a team. They were called Club Zero. I think they actually Club Zero Paranormal are still going. There was a team based in Stockport, and my friend Carol, she was one of the main investigators for him. She's passed away now, Carol. She was honestly what a woman she was. She was brilliant, fearless, honestly. So we went to Ruffin Jail in Wales, Ruffin or I think it's Ruffin, and it was a very interesting night to say the least. And we went. I ended up being with my sister-in-law and the lady who's the curator of the jail, and she said to me, "Can we go into this dark cell?" Because this poor woman who's a curator of the jail has to lock. When we've all left investigating, absolutely crapping our pants, and this poor woman's terrified, she has to go round and lock up after us. So she said, "I want to take you into this dark cell because no one believes me that something happens in there, but it does." So yeah, all right, then we'll go in. So sat there. I'm in the middle, got this lady who's the curator at the end, my sister-in-law's on this end, and we're all linked. A little tiny solitary confinement cell, shut the door, locked us in. Pitch black. But your eyes adjust to the dark, don't they? I could not open
Yeah.
my eyes because I felt like if I open my eyes, something's going to be right there in my face. It was so thick, the atmosphere, I could cut it with a knife, and I was like, I don't like this. But you could hear as if something was shuffling its feet. Now the floor, it's like cemented, but then it's got like a protective layer over the top, so it's squeaky. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you could hear was like gravel, like gravelly. Like, what is that noise? And then you heard it was just a really guttural sound. We was calling out, and it come from like a real, not a growl. It was as if something tried to speak, but it was very deep. But the feeling there was so tense, it was awful. So we all went to get up. I went to stand up, and it scared me that much. My knees buckled, my legs went, and I just went on the floor. Wouldn't
Crazy.
go back down. So yeah, that was it. I didn't want to do it. So, yeah.
And it's amazing how you know when you got that mindset as well,
Yeah.
you just gotta go out there.
I had to go. I said, I can't do this no more. I'll happily go and sit in the room up there on my own, not bothered. You're not getting me investigating no more because it's just the feeling. The feeling was so overwhelming. I was like, and I've never had my legs go. Never. But my knees went because it was just, I think as well, because I was stuck in the room. I was stuck in there. I couldn't get out. I knew I was locked in. But yeah, that I had to dump. I'm done with that one. I want to go back though. I need to go back.
It's once you're in that position, you know it can get really gnarly.
Yeah.
Before I go to the next question, I'm going to show you something which I caught at the old Melbourne jail.
That is fascinating because what you see is this is the one that you at the is it a prison?
Yeah, so that was caught. We were at the old Melbourne jail quite a few years back now, probably 2007 maybe.
Yeah.
And we had a static cloth off camera opposite the gallows. So that was on the third floor.
You can see it. You can see somebody dropping, like as
Yeah.
if they're being hung.
Well, that was on the third floor. No one was up there because we didn't want any human contamination at all. And it wasn't until we went back through the footage, because as you know, half our job is going through the footage, and
Yeah.
there's hundreds of hours of footage you got to go through.
Yeah.
And when I come across that, I was dumbfounded, and that's probably one of the most convincing footage of evidence I've ever caught.
If you go through that, like you've looped it, you can see the actual action of some and then the person dropping.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is a great capture.
And it's one that I've kept in my cupboard as well, And that
You know,
was
this is what you live for. That is like when you capture something like that and you cannot explain it, and it's like the best feeling ever. You could go on an
yeah,
investigation and you're there for bloody hours and hours and hours on end, and you can be milling through footage and you're thinking, oh God, come on, and then you see something like, what's that? And when
that's
you've
it.
got something like that, you can't explain, and the location as well, how that marries together, that is amazing.
It's
That is very cool.
it, yeah, it's one of those ones I just can't explain. And it was that old. I've got it on mini DV tape,
Bloody
and
hell.
I've kept the tape as well.
Yeah, you got to
Um,
keep your raw footage. Raw footage is, I've
yeah,
got everything. I've got external hard drives. The what you plug in. I do keep that for a reason because I've
yeah,
got everything there. Nobody can. If anybody needs anything off of it, I have got it.
for sure. Yeah, and you can just throw it to them and go. You can try and
Yeah.
debunk that all you
Debunk
want.
that, please.
You
Yes. Yeah.
Like I had the channel say, "Oh, it was what do they call it, pareidolia or something." I was like,
Paradolia.
"How? There's nothing there."
Yeah.
Then I sent him a photo of actually what is outside that cell, and there's nothing besides the
That
noose.
that's amazing.
So
That
there's
is amazing.
no mannequins, no nothing. It's just a noose.
It's
So,
amazing.
it's it's
Sorry.
just it's a piece of evidence. I think that is
It's
100%
it's
paranormal.
it's stuff. Yeah, when you cannot explain it, that's what the paranormal is, and
Mm,
this is always one of my argumentative points. It's like when you cannot explain something, when you can categorically not explain it, it is not
yeah,
normal. Then what is it?
mm,
You know,
yeah,
it's a great capture, and I'll see. This is why I love talking about the whole subject because you know there's certain things that you can agree on. You don't have to agree. That is fine, but it's healthy to have a discussion and a debate about it in a healthy and respectful way.
yeah.
You know, you'll know yourself, but you can put stuff up on a platform, and you're open for the
The
vultures to come.
masses. Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, go. Did I ask you about going international? Yeah, I did.
You
You,
did, yeah.
yeah. Okay, I've got one more here, which I'll leave till the end because I think that's absolutely amazing. Um, I've ever leave halfway through. So you just seen what I've managed to capture. Have you managed to capture anything that you can't debunk?
On me, the photograph that I caught at the Old King's Head. Um, I wish we had the technology now, the cameras and stuff that we have now back then, because it sometimes stuff looks like it's been caught in a potato. But the picture itself, I cannot debunk. I can't. I will have to. I'm gonna have to send you this picture. Um, that facet, I was like, I didn't even notice it at the time. We were just sat in the room, just taking pictures, and spotted it a couple of days later. Like, what is that? And it's definitely a child. It's a child's face,
And that,
clear as
and that
day.
was your whole King's Head in Chester.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yep. And me when we went to Mill Street Barracks, the Mill
Yeah.
Street Barracks, I'm not too sure. We was with Haunted Scouts and Access Paranormal, and in the main drill hall, we was up at the top on the balcony. Now up at the top there was where the old, because it was used as a TB hospital as well. So that's where all the old beds used the beds were for the patients and stuff. So we were
Yeah.
up on the top looking down, and you can see the window black out, and then you can see as if it moved, you can see half light coming back through again, and then it goes back to normal full light. And that was one of the moments where I could see it with my own eyes as well at the time, and I'm like, your breath, you like stop, can't catch your breath for a second. Like, what have I just seen? What have I
Yeah.
just seen? And we've caught that as well. And my last video I put up, EVPs. Now I know there's a lot of you know people that don't trust EVPs, etc. But this EVP capture, we put the EVP recorder, it's flat down, no one's touching it. You've got me in shot whilst the questions are being asked, and also Lotte, there's nobody else there. So you can see any movement as if it's coming from. I have to, you know what it's like, you have to make sure you've got all angles covered. So you know
Yeah.
that nobody's saying or whispering anything. And we're calling out, and clear as day, it's a female voice, and she says, I need help, like that. And that was a moment, and I was like, Joe, you don't expect to hear anything because it's very rare. I need help. And I was like, wow, but there, I need help. But also, when I review my footage, I enhance the audio slightly, and you can hear it ever so slightly on my camera as if it was said within the room, but I didn't notice it at the time. So, yeah, I need help. And that really got to me, that.
Yeah. And it does. And not only for when you're there, for next day, 2-3 days, that's what you're thinking. I need to go
Yeah.
back there. I need to go back there,
Yeah.
find out what it is.
And that's how it
No.
gets you. It does get you like
100%.
that.
100%.
Really does get you like that. We also had, we had a place, it's gone now, it's partially demolished. It was St. Joseph's Orphanage in Preston. It's one of my very earlier videos, and as we're walking around, I didn't notice it until I did the me editing, and it actually brought, you something scared, like captured you off guard. I had tears in my eyes, and it's a child saying peekaboo, peekaboo, like that. Didn't even hear it at the time until I reviewed my footage, and I was like,
You wouldn't have just heard that.
go on.
Because I've got noise reduction on, but I've actually got a blue and gold. I've got a blue and gold macaw, a parry. And
Right.
she's gone peekaboo. What time is it? It's 4:22 a.m. 4:22 a.m. And my bird has just said peekaboo. Go to sleep, Martini. Go to sleep.
Brilliant.
Oh, that's funny. Sorry. Sorry to. I thought I had to say that. That's gold.
That is great.
Go to
That is
sleep.
brilliant.
Go to sleep, Martini. Peekaboo. 4:22 a.m. Go to sleep. I'll tell your mother in the morning.
Oh,
Funny.
God.
Sorry,
yeah.
darling.
It's all right. Don't apologise.
Oh, that's funny. What else got for you? Is there a chance that I can see it over in Australia sometime?
Yeah. I need funding. I need it's just everything. It's getting everything together, and I would love to. My main thing, I would love to travel. I'd love to go to Australia. There's so many places that I'd love to go to and just experience it, and again meet people like yourselves, like-minded people, and investigate with different people. And I'd love that because there's so much out there. So yeah, I'd love to.
Absolutely. And that's why, on all my episodes, it's like, people ask who we are and why we're here, And I always say hide and seek Paraquest were formed to try and find the answers to the unknown of what so many people are in search of.
Yeah.
End of story. And that's why we do what we do. We spend so many man hours and lady hours, doing this stuff. It's so hard to try and juggle. And we do need support. We need support to help us do it. And our loyal supporters will follow us no matter what anyway. But you know what? I would love to have you over here, and then we'll organise some. What's this one? And John on the stout there. Hope that dandelion and beardstock, mate. Oh, you know what? It's actually Kilkenny. I'll be honest. I'm drinking Kilkenny. It's 4:24 a.m. I thought, well, why not? I finally got Aimee on. I'm going to celebrate. So hopefully I'm not slaying me words.
No, you're all good. You're all good. I wouldn't mind a Guinness, me now.
Where's your iron brew? Talk to me out the back.
I'm going away with that. Yeah,
Maybe you
drunk
should get
that.
some more wine.
Yeah, I need a wine. A wine
You need
or
a
a
wine.
Guinness.
I'd say, you know what? I'll give you a little Kenny through the screen. You ready?
Thank you.
Oh, we should have organised that. How good would that have been? I do that, and you go, thank you, John. That would have
That'd
been
be
awesome. Yeah, I remember that for next time. Next time. So a couple more things before we leave, because I think
Yeah.
I've kept you rather long than what you would. And I noticed it's actually still bright outside.
It is. It is still bright out there. It's been miserable
So
today.
so does that mean I can have you for a bit longer, or do you want to
Of course you
go?
can. No, you can have it. I'm not doing anything tonight.
Oh, awesome.
All good.
Well, you know what? I'm one of those people. I would keep on talking and talking and talking when I'm passionate about something. I'm yours, no matter how long it takes. So
Yeah.
you'll probably have to say to me, John, let's cut this off. We're done. Okay, what's happening? We got more questions, guys. Please jump on, put your questions in, no matter what they are, whether it's investigations or locations where you want Aimee to go to in UK, or you might see something in Australia that you're interested in. Please place a comment, and we will try and answer them. And thank you very, very, very much for sticking with us. We've been going for now for an hour and 20, and I know for a fact we can go for a lot longer. We won't,
You can.
but we could do, because this has been so much fun.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
really has.
I think I might have met my match here for talking, because ask any of these, like I can talk and talk and talk me, and this is like the perfect night. This, so I'm loving
Oh,
this.
Aimee, in my day job, I sell real estate. I've got my own real estate company, so I talk all day long.
Oh, you're laughing.
And I talk to people and I coach them as well, so I can talk for until the cows come home. And again, especially when it's on topic. If
Yeah.
it's a topic that's interesting, there's always something to discuss.
Definitely.
And-
Definitely.
But most importantly, when we got a community that enjoy it as well, we will keep on going as long as they enjoy it.
Yeah. 100%.
That's what it is.
100%. Yeah.
As long as they keep on, the minute I lose all my subscribers, I keep on going. I'll stop, sorry. But until then, I keep on going.
Yeah. Keep on going. Yeah.
Come on, guys, give us some more questions. We need to hear what you want to know. What's this one? Chris Cummins. Okay, let's have a look. What's it put here? Stop at 5 to the perfect to then go and watch our
Let's have an
episode.
episode. He's got an episode on tonight, hasn't he?
You know what? So what time is it now? It's 4:28 a.m. So stop at 5.
Yeah, he's got Aimee's you at 5, I reckon. His episode's on at 8 o'clock. It will be
Okay.
8 o'clock tonight. Lowlands is at Lowlands in Lowlands. Is it Lowlands Mansion? That's where they're at.
Where are
That's
you,
his
Chris?
episode tonight. Sure it is.
Yeah, come on, Chris. Where are you, guys? We will keep. We're going to keep going. So you might have to catch up on his episode. But yeah, we will keep on going because we are having so much fun. Are you having fun, Aimee?
I am. I'm loving this.
Yeah. Well, Lola, yeah, it is. There he goes.
Lowlands Mansion, West Derby. Yeah.
Lawrence Mansion, West Derby. Just on that, how is because I spoke to Adam Chris on our last podcast about what's the hall? Walton Hall.
Walton Hall. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that now done? Apparently,
Is it all-
Haunted Scouts were the last people to go in there.
Is it all being done up? I think it's last time I seen there's all scaffolding outside and stuff, but I think it's all Walton Hall.
Yeah, Walton Hall.
Oh, Walton Hall, that's abandoned now.
Yeah. Yeah, they said they were last people to go in there. So,
Yeah, Walton, yeah. It
yeah.
was I'm very surprised it's not been burnt down yet. It's absolute tragic what's happened to that building. Another
Unbelievable.
great building, great piece of history that's just been left to
Just been
go
left
to
to
rack and ruin.
rack and ruin.
It is, like Chris has just said, it's heartbreaking. When John, the caretaker, because he used to own it, and he sold it. He bought it from it was the nuns. It was because it was a the nuns that owned the building. He actually bought it from them from the church for basically next to nothing. Then he ran it. He turned it into, I think it was a hotel and like a wedding venue, function area, function place, and such an amazing building with so much amazing history. And then the guy that's bought it is just, it's criminal, basically what's happened to that. They've had the council involved and everything, and the amount of damage that's happened to that building now, the amount of money that needs putting back into it for it to be a functioning building, the council won't touch it. It should be it should be a heritage building,
Yeah.
that's what it
I'm
should be, but
surprised
it
it's
isn't.
not. I'm surprised it's not.
So
I
bad.
remember years ago, looking out to my nin. We called him a nin, my great grandma.
Yeah,
She lived in Stockbridge Village, and you used to look out of the heights, and there was, I think it's called Sefton House, the West Derby
right.
House. Is that still
Oh,
there?
I don't know. I
You're not
don't know.
sure? Adam, Chris, do you know? I used to look out the veranda and just, she lived on heights in Stockbridge Village, and right over is a big white building, and I'm pretty sure by memory it was called Sefton House or West Derby Village or something. There's a big, what's this? John, his family lived on top floor and was function rooms for a high venue. Had the
Yeah.
privilege of playing there, partying there.
Yeah.
And
The,
he's
the,
gone.
the, it's just,
Walton Hall is grade one listed, same as Albert Dock. And
yeah,
so Walton Hall's grade one listed. How can I be left to go to Rack and Room?
it shouldn't be allowed to. It should be criminal. It should be an offence. If you take on a listed building, it should be down to you as that person who owns that building to ensure that it stays at at how
Yeah,
it should be,
for sure. Well,
because it's listed.
we had the pub in Melbourne that was heritage listed, and it
Hmm.
was 100 years old. Bugger all.
Bloody hell.
The owners burnt it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, knocked it down, and they've just been fined of like 5 million,
Yeah.
and chance just to go maybe to go to jail because they're so hard over it.
Oh my God. We've got over here. I don't know if you remember it. It was called the Crooked. It was a Crooked pub. It was called the Crooked House. Now it was it's been in the news a lot recently. Now this building, it was crooked. You went in, it's a public like a pub. Everything was crooked about it. It should have been. I think it was actually going through the motions of being listed. A company has bought it. Now this company who's bought this building own the landfill next to it. The brewery have sold the pub to this company. I don't know why would they want to. Why would they want this building? Don't know. Within weeks of them owning it, full thing's burnt to the ground.
Yeah,
Full thing
unbelievable.
burnt. Now it's been a lot of press attention. It's been on the news. A lot of people have been looking into it. Where it is, they're in uproar over it. It's like this has been part of our history for so long. Why have they bought it? Why is now, as soon as they've got their hands on it, it's burnt down just before it's been listed? And the company, they've been digging into him, and apparently they actually hired a digger and all sorts a couple of weeks before it got demolished. When they actually went to the fire brigade and whatnot, went down to treat the fire, the road was blocked off. It's like it's too much. It's just come out today, actually, in the paper, in the news, that they've actually already been linked to another building that's had a fire. So it's like, my God, why are these people? What is going on? Why are they allowed to get away with it? So hopefully, with
Yeah,
limelight like this on people, it might stop or deter other people from doing it. But too
Hopefully.
many get away with it. Too many get away with it, and it's just because the land is worth so much more money than what the actual building is.
That's it. Absolutely. Guys, you got more questions for us? Bring them on. We've probably got another, what do you reckon, Amy? 20 minutes or so?
Yeah.
Are you done?
Well, I'll go on as long as you want me. I'm not bothered.
I will keep on talking, darling. So
I'll keep on talking about good.
okay, guys, do me a favor. I'm going to have to use the men's room. So please think about some questions. Get them in those comments because we really want your input and we want to communicate with you. So think about some questions. Get them in there, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Come on, get them in.
I've lost sound.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. Bit of a technical glitch, but we are back. We thank you very much for your patience. I know that we've gone a bit longer than normal, but we've got two fantastic hosts, which I knew would be the case because we can both talk the leg off a dead donkey. Guys, join in, help us, bring your comments, give us your questions. We are here for you. Amy's give up her precious time. I'm here. It's what now? It's 10 to 5 in the morning. And you know what? I can keep on going because
You
this
are
is
ruthless.
really, really good fun. We got some more questions we got here. What all Sally missed now? Sally meant what we got here? Chris. He goes, John and his family lived on top floor and it was function rooms for a high venue. I had the privilege of obviously that. What's this one? Walton Hall was grade one listed, same as our doc, obviously in that. Exactly, guys. Grade one means they cannot change anything, but the powers that be allow them to let rot. You know what? You're spot on. It's so unfortunate. Money talks, and sometimes money is greed. What more can I say? Very frustrating. There's some amazing buildings out there.
Yeah.
And, it's not only UK, England, or Australia, Spain, wherever. It happens everywhere, which is unfortunate. Chris, what's this one? Brown envelope score. Absolutely, Chris. Couldn't agree more. Mute your mic. Oh, thanks, Chris. I've put it back on. Thanks, mate. What does Aimee prefer? Indoor investigations or outdoor? Dry weather? Of course. Ha, ha, ha. I think Aimee prefers to be wet. That came out a bit wrong. Sorry, Aimee. Sorry, darling. I didn't mean that. Oh, sorry. And I didn't even put the fucking willies up here. Oh my God. Jimmy, this is a PG channel, people. PG channel, please.
You are absolutely hilarious. You are. You just got me right off. Oh God, that's brilliant. Oh my days. I need a drink now. I might need a fag after that one.
PG channel, please. PG channel. No more. No. No more. Thank you.
My God, what have we got in our channel? We've crossed the other side, Aimee. We've crossed the other side. Oh my God.
That was brilliant.
Oh.
Oh my days, that's got me crying. That's brilliant.
Oh my God. Gee. Oh, Chris, what have you done?
What's
Chris. Oh, in fact, guys, I'm going to have another 10-minute break. I'll be back. My days, Jesus.
That was belling. Oh God, I needed that laugh. That was hilarious. What was the question?
So the question was, what does Aimee prefer? Indoor investigations or outdoor? Dry weather, of course.
Wow. That is really tickled me, that. Let me think. I like the indoor locations. It's very
It-
difficult for me. It's a hard
it's
one
okay,
because
Jan.
it's just a
Sorry.
hard one.
Sorry, it's
I
okay,
like
Jan.
both.
You haven't missed much. You've only missed an hour and 45 minutes, darling. Keep on checking your notifications. Make sure that bell is ticked and you select all because you've missed an outstanding podcast. Sorry, I had to say that.
Honestly.
No refunds. Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it.
Oh, dear me.
No refunds. Oh, my God.
Oh, honestly,
Oh,
this is one of the best chats I've ever been on. You're mad as a box of frogs. I love it.
I've only booked it for 40 minutes.
Honestly,
Oh.
oh my days. But yeah, I like
Chris.
both different locations. Heather.
Oh, Chris, too much dandelion on Beardock, he said. Oh.
I'm on the wine now, so it's just carnage this now.
Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry, mate. Chris and Adam, I'm sorry that we've gone over a schedule. But I promise you, I will look at your channel for your next episode. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Who's this one? He goes, Chris, Mr. Lee Grant, I could talk till the day is long.
that's the best way to be.
I agree, Chris, Lee. But make sure, is that Mr. Grant's that on? Thank you for your comment.
Yeah. Oh, I
And then-
know, Lee. He's lovely. He's so nice.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. Yeah.
Guys,
Good
do me
guy.
a favor. I'm hijacking Aimee's people and community, but please jump on Hardseek Paraquest and please follow because we got so much more coming. I tell you, we will be back. This is going to be a weekly. It's got to be.
This is brilliant. Like I said before, what you do is you get in a community together that should be getting together, and you're bringing, you're showing the behind the scenes of that individual, that channel, that team. It's the best. It's brilliant, and you get to see the insight of how it all works and who they are and what they do, and what you're doing is a great thing, and more of this should be happening.
You've
got a legend of a host.
You got Phil Watson. Evening, Phil. I know you. Phil, thank you very much for jumping on. I won't mention about your my best man speech I've done for your wedding, I promise. But mate, thank you very much for jumping on. In fact, you live in Walton, don't you, Phil? How's that whole going, mate? Can you do me a favour? Can you go there and send some photos for me and email me? Cheers, Phil. And thank you very much for jumping on. We got Jan says hi, Lee. Who's hi, Lee? Who's Lee?
Lee is in the chat.
Oh, hi, Lee. Oh, okay, Jan. How about hi, John, or hi, Aimee? But that's okay, love. Thank you very much for joining in. But hello anyway. And then you got Phil Watson. He's got a bit of a smiley face. Yeah, that's right, Phil. You know what I'm talking about. Jump on, get those photos in. Me and Aimee would love to have some updates of how that building is. Jan is pissing herself laughing. Thank you, Jan. And then we've got Mr. Lee, Ian from Timbuktu. Thank you, Mr. Lee. And then we got Chris Cummings, who's also pissed himself laughing. And then we have got Jan, who is beside herself. Ha 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 ha. And then we got Jan again. Got to do a short on that. Ha! I've got a short one. That's okay, love. And then, and then we got Chris. We got Chris. There's Aimee laugh. Brilliant. God, these comments are coming loud and thick now. Guys, thank you so much. Keep on coming, because you know what? We do it for you guys, and that's why we do it. Lee, we paid the favor. Hi, Jan. Lee, you need a new mic. I need a mic. I'm not sure so much about that one. What we got here? I heard. What's this? I heard these sound effects before, and they are awesome. Have you got any more soundboard effects? What do you want? What do you want to hear, mate? I've got plenty. And then, what more have I got? You got me. You got my theme song. Aimee, have you my theme song?
Go on.
Do you hear that?
Yeah. Oh, it's like Lost Boys.
You believe. Na, 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 na.
That's me.
You can feel it, you can feel it. Rhythm is a dancer. You can feel it, you can feel it. Rhythm is a dancer.
I think we got sidetracked there. Oh, what's that? Excuse me, I'm busy doing a podcast. Thank you. I think we got sidetracked there, Aimee. Oh, I can't hear you. You've got it. You there? I can't hear you. Go. What's happening? I think my system has malfunctioned. I've lost Aimee's sound. Are you there, Aimee? I can't hear you. What happened? Aimee, I've lost you, darling. What's happened here? Give me a second. I've lost you, Aimee. I think you got mute. No? Can you hear me? We've got some technical issues. Aimee has gone. Aimee, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, darling. You must have knocked something out while you were laughing. Okay, we'll have a technical issue. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Aimee, can you hear me?